What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 2 of Audio Talk Wrestling's weekly WWE reviews. My name's Jonathan, joined here by my fantastic, wonderful co-host, Thomas. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Ready to talk about these two shows, dude.
Yeah, pretty exciting week, dude. Pretty exciting week. We're week 2 into our journey to No Mercy for Raw, so, Raw kind of highlighted this week. I thought it was a decent show. That's what we're going to start out with. Overall, bro, before we get into these matches, what'd you think about Raw?
Well, I thought Raw was a huge improvement from the last few weeks that we've had, and I really enjoyed it. The matches weren't bad. The promos were really good, and overall, I think they did a good job with this one, dude.
Okay, same. Well, I'm excited to get into it. So, first thing I want to talk about, we had the Battle Royale for the number 1 contendership for Intercontinental Championship, a match against The Miz, which is going down next week on Raw. So, pretty good match, dude. It was a nice start to the show. We had a whole bunch of stars in the match. A couple of key ones would be Jason Jordan, Finn Balor, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Elias Sampson, and The Big Show. And real quick, bro, I just want to call attention. What in the world did Big Show do to his face? Because, man, without that beard, that boy looks exactly like my big toe. Homeboy looks stupid walking out to that ring.
Yeah, he looks exactly like a thumb, dude. 100%. I don't know what he did.
Signed up for that Dollar Shave Club, you know what I'm saying, dude? Went ahead and got that sorted out. Man, he was looking weird. I didn't even recognize him when he came out there. Looking real stupid. Did you like this match, bro?
Yeah, I liked the Battle Royal, dude. It was just a change of pace from the normal, basic Monday Night Raw, and I like the fact that, The Miz hadn't been really active as far as just title matches. He didn't have one at SummerSlam, so I like that they're incorporating him into Raw with the title match and stuff. So I thought it was very creative, and I was very, interested, seeing Finn Balor, Jason Jordan, the Hardy Boys, and a bunch of other superstars in the ring. I was just really interested in seeing who was going to end up coming out on top to, face Miz next week for their Intercontinental title.
Yeah, same. It's interesting that you mentioned that, because I don't know why The Miz wasn't defending his title at SummerSlam, because that's kind of an important match. I don't know why you don't have the IC title up for grabs at SummerSlam, but, whatever, dude. We're past that. The match was decent to me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Comes down to the final 3. We had Jeff Hardy, Jason Jordan, and Elias Sampson. When we were watching this, bro, I told you, I said, Jason Jordan's going to win this, and you agreed.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I did as well.
It was pretty much obvious. I thought it was for sure going to happen with the push that they've been giving that guy. But, maybe they realize the push isn't working so well. Maybe they're going to take some more time with Jason Jordan, because Jeff Hardy won this match, dude, which I was really surprised. He managed to throw Elias Sampson out. Or no, I'm sorry, Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan threw Elias, and then Jeff Hardy, clotheslined Jason Jordan out the ring. And got the dub, which was really interesting, dude. So Jeff Hardy is our number 1 contender for the IC title, and we will be getting that match next week on Raw.
Yeah, I was extremely, extremely happy to see Jeff Hardy win this match, because I've always thought Jeff Hardy was a better singles competitor than he was a tag team competitor, and I just feel like it would be kind of cool to see him with the IC title and just give him a little bit of a run with that. Whether or not him and Matt Hardy do split up in the meantime, I guess that's to come in the future, maybe. I don't know. But I guess it's just depending on how successful Jeff will be if he wins. But yeah, overall, I was really excited to see Jeff Hardy pull away with that one. But another thing, though, the final 4, though, was Finn Balor, Jason Jordan, Elias Sampson, and Jeff Hardy. But Finn Balor got eliminated by Bray Wyatt in the midst of all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And Bray Wyatt wasn't even in the Battle Royal match. So that confirmed that they're still going to carry on with this Bray Wyatt Finn Balor rivalry after the match at SummerSlam and whatnot. Wasn't really expecting it, to be honest, man. I really I thought they were through with that. It didn't really get, that much appeal to it.
Well, it's kind of strange, if you're going to have Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, which I'm okay with, because you have the whole Demon Balor component going into that. My question is, and I guess I know the answer, but why would you bring out the Demon so early on in the rivalry? It seems to me like if you're going to extend this out for multiple pay-per-views, a better, like, progressive storyline would just have, like, Finn Balor face Bray in his normal persona, and then, like, over time, he kind of turns into the Demon because he realizes, like, oh, this is what I have to do to beat this guy, to put this guy down. And they kind of already showed us that at SummerSlam, so, it's like, what do we really have to look forward to in this rivalry? I'm not that excited about it. I don't think anyone else is, which is kind of just speaking to Bray Wyatt right now and his position on the show. I like Finn Balor. I think he does good stuff. I enjoy watching him, but I'm really not excited about this rivalry, but it's interesting that they're going to continue it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I agree with you. I don't exactly know where they're going to take this, and I agree with you on the whole, Demon Balor thing. I don't know why they would bring him out that early if they were just planning to extend the rivalry or something, but I just feel like at this point it's just stalling time for Finn Balor or something like that, considering that you got Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar going at it at No Mercy for the Universal title, so you can't really throw them in the mix now for that title. And I mean, they try to throw him in the mix for that IC title, but I mean, I guess they're pushing Jeff Hardy. So I guess I would like to say Finn Balor is just a really overall good superstar with a lot of talent, but he just, there's not enough room to fit all this talent in on Raw. So I guess they're just stalling Finn Balor, I feel like, with this Bray Wyatt rivalry, and I really don't like it because Finn Balor is really talented, and I know what he's capable of as far as being a championship material superstar. So I'll be happy to see when this rivalry ends between these two.
Yeah, Sam, I'm with you on that. Like, we were talking about that last week, how, like, Raw has a talent issue, the fact they have so many good guys on that roster that people that should be in the main event can't because you only have one title to base your main event around. So you have people like Finn Balor have to rest on the mid-card, which isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as your mid-card matches are good. And right now with Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, I'm not really seeing that happen. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does progress and maybe it gets better. We'll see. I don't have faith, but, we'll see where that goes. But, I mean, overall, the main focus of this match, man, Jeff, he's getting the push here for the IC title. Hopefully this isn't just a one-time thing and this is just to add, a ratings boost for next week. Hopefully this will actually be something big for Jeff. I would like to see him win the title. I think that would be great. I think the Miz's time with this title is up. Not that I have a problem with Miz holding it. I like the Miz. I think he's a fine Intercontinental Champion. I don't think he's the best in the world, but he holds the title well. But he's had it for a while. It's getting a little bit stale. I'm ready to see a change of position on that. So maybe Jeff will be that guy. Interesting to see what happens with the Hardys as a team, though. We know that Matt has been teasing the whole broken gimmick the last couple of weeks, so maybe he just goes full broken, and Jeff doesn't do that with him. Because in their time together, when they were out of WWE, Jeff was broken as, like, Brother Nero or whatever. So he was joined along on the gimmick, but I think Matt would be better as a singles as far as the broken gimmick goes, and Jeff could go do his own thing. Because I think two of them is a little bit too much. My biggest concern with this, though, is if they do split the team up, where does that leave the tag division for Raw? Because the Hardys are kind of a big part of that now, especially with the Revival being out on injury. It's going to be kind of rough if the Hardys split up. There's not going to be many teams left on Raw to carry the tag division. So that's my biggest concern with that. But, I'm hoping Jeff wins, dude. I think that would be great. I'd love to see an IC title run with Jeff Hardy. That would be awesome. So,
yeah.
That's my overall thoughts on that, dude. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
No, I think that'll do it, dude. For the match.
All right, sounds good. Well, next match, which was, or should I say matches, and this was a weird one. We had Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, which was a decent back and forth match. It was okay. I was perfectly fine with it. Kind of had a weird finish though. Cesaro uppercutted Seth, rolled him up in a pin, got the 1-2-3 off of the uppercut, which is strange. But Cesaro ended up taking that dub. And
yeah, I do believe though that Sheamus did interfere though and caused a distraction. on Seth Rollins that allowed Cesaro to hit him with that lethal uppercut that just knocked him unconscious. I don't know, dude, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. I think that Sheamus did interfere.
Yeah, Sheamus interfered, but I mean, overall, that was one powerful uppercut, dude. I mean, that's all it took, man. And after that, we had back and forth, right back to back. We had Dean versus Sheamus. Sheamus grabbed the mic and said, "Dean, we got a match right now." And they got in the ring and wrestled as well. So the weird thing about this, dude, was like, why did you not just have a tag match? I don't really understand why you would have two split singles. I don't know if you felt the same way, right? Were you?
Yeah, no, it was really strange. I mean, I think I was the one that mentioned it at first. I was like, Shane was like, "Yo, we're about to have a match right now," and I was like, "Okay, so why not just put him in a tag match?" I mean, if you're just gonna have him do this, I mean, but it's whatever. Overall, this is just my opinion, and I don't know. People will probably disagree with me. Some might agree, but I just think overall Dean Ambrose puts on better matches than Seth Rollins, or at least at this point. I just enjoy watching Dean Ambrose more than I do Seth Rollins, and I don't know, that might just be me. That might be other people. That might not. I don't know. But I enjoyed the Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus match overall more than I did the Seth Rollins Cesaro match, and that's kind of the way I've been feeling most of the time when these guys are building up to become tag team partners again. So
well, they're both so talented. Dean and Seth are great in the ring and out the ring on the mic, and they're both so good. It's just amazing to watch these two work. I would say I enjoy Seth's matches a little bit better, but I think it's just because Seth Rollins is a little bit more technical in the ring, and I enjoy seeing that. I think he's more skilled and smooth. But Dean has some pretty wow moments in his matches that Seth doesn't always get in there. So for that reason, I could see why you would like Dean better. But that's probably a split decision. I'm sure a lot of people would argue as to which one of those guys puts on better matches. My vote goes to Seth. Your vote goes to Dean. So we're split down the middle on that. But I could see why you would think that. I don't completely disagree with you. So yeah, it was just really weird, dude, the fact that we didn't have a tag match. I don't understand why they did this. I think maybe it was to fill up time on the card. I don't know. This, again, the problem is you have 3 hours on Raw and you don't have efficient storylines to put out there, so you have to do stuff like this where you have two back and forth singles matches, which is weird. I feel like if you just simplified it, it would have been a lot better, and we could have cut down at least 10 minutes off of the show with this. Because it was just really unnecessary. But, I mean, both the matches were fine. They were okay. I just thought it was strange. No tag match. It's whatever. I guess they'll just save it for No Mercy. So, that's fine. So, dude, moving on to the next topic, dude. My number one point of the night. This was what made Raw for me. Raw was okay before, but this is what really did it for me. It's the Cena Roman Reigns promo. Bro, I gotta tell you right now, this, hands down in my opinion, was John Cena's greatest promo he's ever cut in his career, which is saying something, because that man is talented on the microphone. He's one of the best in the business, and this was his best. If not one of the best promos I've seen in the last couple of years. I think people are going to be talking about this for a long time to come. Highlight of this promo was basically the fourth wall was shattered. We got... It was a complete shoot promo on both sides. John Cena and Roman Reigns talked so much trash to each other about the backstage part of the business, which was interesting because we've never seen that before on live television. So this was like one of the first times that wrestlers legitimately pulled back the curtain while throwing insults at each other. So it was really, really interesting to see. It was historic almost. John Cena got the best part of this promo, though. He pretty much buried Roman Reigns here. It was pretty rough. Roman Reigns looked stupid in this because he just wasn't ready to fire back against Cena, I guess. I don't know if this was in the script and Cena threw off the script and caught Roman off guard with this stuff, or if this was all part of the plan. I think the lack of readiness from Roman kind of hints at the fact that maybe John just kind of did this on his own, which is interesting because I wonder how Vince will react about that. I don't know, but do you think this was planned from the start, or do you think that John kind of just took it off the reins and they went with it here? What do you think about that?
I really think this just kind of was a wing it situation, and John Cena just kind of took it off the reins, so to speak, and just did it. That whole scenario of John Cena just talking about the business, saying Roman Reigns has been in the business for 5 years and he can't even cut a half decent promo or whatever John Cena said. I feel like, I haven't seen that type of promo stuff since, 11, since CM Punk was in the business in his prime of the pipe bomb and stuff like that, and how legendary his promos were back in the day and stuff. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Literally made my night. At 11:10, I sat there. I was like, golly, that promo was so good, dude. That was like the best promo I've seen in such a long time. It literally made the night. It made the show for me, made the show for you. I'm sure it made the show for a lot of other people. And I mean, hands down, I think that's John Cena's best promo that he's ever done. I know he's had a couple of good ones against AJ Styles and The Miz the past couple of years, but that one, hands down, takes the cake. I feel like,
Yeah, I was on Twitter after this, and people were going crazy about this. Everyone loved it. I remember I said, interesting you brought up CM Punk, I said in my tweet that this was the modern day pipe bomb, because it did kind of reflect on that. The pipe bomb wasn't as blatant as this, though, because this was, using actual insider terms as far as like wrestling talk. And CM Punk just kind of hinted at a couple of things. I mean, it was obvious what he was saying, but this one was full on, like, fourth wall gone. This is what happens in the business, and these two are just going at it. Let me just go ahead and take you through a couple of things that John Cena said, just so we can have like a nice moment to reflect on this amazingness. John Cena called Roman Reigns a corporately created John Cena bootleg, and not the guy, but a guy trying to fill shoes that he never will. And the interesting thing about this is after John Cena said that, Roman Reigns was completely silent for like 30 seconds, and Cena interrupts him and says, "Come on, I'll wait. It's called a promo." And at that moment, I was like, dang, dude, Cena is not even holding back on this guy. And the look on Roman's face when Cena said that, which is why I don't think that this was planned from the start, because you could tell that Roman had no idea. He looked like an idiot there for those 30 seconds when he had nothing to say. And the crowd was just, it was awkward in the ring, because you could tell he wasn't ready for this. He did kind of pick it up towards the end, though, because he said, "John, every week you're going to hop off of our tour bus with that big old shovel and bury as much young talent as you can." Which, he's hinting at the fact that John Cena has a small reputation, not even small. He has a huge reputation of burying young talent, especially with the Nexus. A lot of people... Baron Corbin was the most recent. Yes, Baron Corbin. Sorry, I totally forgot about it, because who's Baron Corbin, dude? I totally forgot he existed. So, that shows what Cena did to him. But, that was interesting that he brought that up. And John fired back. He said, I had the U.S. title, and I was honored to have the U.S. title. I could bring up new talent, whereas when you had the U.S. title, you considered it a demotion. So he was firing personal shots at his character. John Cena ends the promo with these strong words. He says, "I do this job part-time better than you could ever do it full-time." And he dropped the mic. And dropped Roman Reigns on his face, dude. That was hilarious, bro. Wow, I loved this, man. I loved it. This was the greatest part of the night, hands down. I was foaming at the mouth when I saw this. I was so excited, dude. It was amazing. I can't get over how excited I was watching this. I wanted to ask you, though, what are your thoughts on superstars coming out to the ring and breaking the fourth wall like this? Like, do you think it has a place in the business, or do you think this is kind of... Like, do you think it should be a one-time thing, or do you like the fact that superstars in general now are becoming more open? Like, we're in a new era right now in WWE. Everyone knows what's going on in the business. So because of that, do you think it's okay for superstars to come out here and say stuff like that? Or do you think... the business should be more enclosed, especially when producing a live product? I just want to know what your opinion is. Personally, I don't mind it. I think it's okay, but I think it needs to be a once in a blue moon type deal. I don't think this should happen all the time. But what's your thoughts on it? Are you okay with these fourth wall breaks now?
I agree with you. I feel like it shouldn't happen that often, you know. And of course, I don't mind it. The WWE universe doesn't mind it. But, you know, from a business standpoint, though, that's not good for the business, them talking down on each other and on the business like that. I don't think that's really good for WWE. But, you know, every time that they do this, though, like, the people, they're hearing the superstar talk about what should be happening and what needs to happen. So it's like whenever this happens, like the pipe bomb, and I think you named this promo the fourth wall promo. You know, I just feel like these are historic moments here in the business, and I don't remember having a better like promo like this ever since the pipe bomb promo, and there may have been one CM Punk did after that, but it wasn't as good as the pipe bomb one though. But I don't know, dude. I don't think it needs to happen as often, but I would love it if they just did it every now and then, just like this, because like, you know, like you said, dude, Roman was speechless. You know, he was absolutely speechless. He had no idea what to say. You know, it was just to the point where like Roman Reigns was just cussing at John Cena because he had no idea what to say.
Exactly. That's a good point. I forgot to mention that. The only way that Roman was able to bring it back was throwing out a couple of cuss words to get the crowd going. If he didn't do that, he had nothing intelligent to say for the most part besides the shovel. Which, you know, this really did make Roman Reigns look bad. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. This is bad for Roman Reigns. I mean, he's hated now, and this kind of backed up the hate. I mean, he was not able to hold his own on the mic with John Cena. Now, I know it probably caught him off guard, but, you know, he wasn't able to hold his own in there. He looked really bad. And I don't know if that's on Cena for throwing that on him. Maybe he's going to get some heat backstage because of that. Because, I mean, that Cena really caught him off guard with that. It really made Roman look bad. And you think he's booed now. I mean, well, I don't think it could get any worse. But still, if you're going to have that guy be the guy, he's got to be able to cut Cena promos. It's got to happen. You're the face of the WWE. You're the voice of the WWE. You have to be out there holding your own on the mic, and he didn't do it with Cena. But they both had interesting points. I don't know, man. This was just great. I love this. This was my favorite part of the night, hands down. That's about all I want to say on it. But wait, did you have something?
Well, yeah, I have one more thing. Well, maybe it's just like maybe Cena just recognized it in general that Roman Reigns was becoming that guy, and you know, maybe John Cena was out to prove something to him. You know, that he's still here, and you know, there was something that John Cena said in the promo. He said, you know, I'm not some grizzled veteran with a broken hip or something. I'm in the best shape of my career. I'm faster and stronger than I've ever been before, you know, and I know that you do not want to fight me because, you know, John Cena, when it's time to fight, John Cena will bring the fight. We all know how John Cena can bring the fight, and we all know how Roman Reigns can bring the fight as well. So it's like, I don't know, maybe it was just like, maybe it was not, you know, a part of script, which I don't think it was to begin with. Maybe it just wasn't a part of there, and it was just John Cena going out there to send a message to Roman Reigns saying, like, look, I'm still here. You know, don't get ahead of yourself saying stuff like, you know, this is my yard now, mocking, you know, a legend and stuff like that, because there's other people still walking around in your yard, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't know, man. I wonder if maybe John Cena was maybe a little bit jealous of Roman. You know, Roman gets a lot more time now, and he's becoming the guy. I mean, well, they're trying to make him the guy, but I don't know. Maybe Cena was a little bit jealous of that. Maybe the corporate interest is more on Reigns now, and Cena doesn't like that, so he went off the script on him and kind of made him look like an idiot. I don't know, dude. It's interesting. It was amazing to watch, though. Either way, best promo I've seen in the last couple of years. Best promo of Cena's career. This was the highlight of the week and highlight of the night for sure. But moving on. Last thing I want to talk about for Raw, because we're running short on time here. We still got to talk about SmackDown. Unfortunately. We had Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship. So Sasha won the belt at SummerSlam. She's had it for 2 weeks. And she's coming into this match, getting her rematch against Alexa Bliss, or Alexa getting her rematch, rather. Decent match. Sasha ended up going for the bank statement. She held it on Bliss for a good, 30 seconds. Bliss managed to roll out, hits the DDT, pins Sasha, and my mouth gaped open wide in shock as I watched the referee count 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss has won her title back. Sasha Banks didn't even have the title for 2 weeks, dude. Wasn't even 2 full weeks. And the title's gone. She no longer has it. Why? Why did that happen? I want to know. Why are we in a stage right now in WWE where everyone feels the need to hot potato titles? I don't understand it. We've done it with the US title with Kevin and AJ. We're doing it with the tag team titles with Usos and New Day. We did it with the Cruiserweight Championship between Neville and Tozawa. Who cares about the Cruiserweight Championship, but they're doing it with that too. And now we're doing it with the women's title. Why? It's ridiculous. It devalues every championship on that roster when you flip-flop it like that. You have to put it on someone, and you have to let that person carry the belt to add prestige to it, or to keep it relevant. If a new person holds that title every week, it is completely irrelevant. I no longer care because you're not giving me time to be invested in someone winning that title. It's meaningless at that point because it's just going to change 2 weeks from now. Who cares that Alexa has the title? Who cares? Nia Jax is probably going to win it next week. I mean, who knows, dude? It's ridiculous. I feel like we're just waiting on a coin flip every week to see who holds the title. And I hate it. I hate it so much because I miss times in WWE where we had decent championship runs and it meant something when someone got that belt. But when you don't hold it for long enough, it devalues everything. So, going on to that, Nia Jax came out at the end, held Alexa Bliss up, and slammed her down. She stabbed her in the back. She slammed her down. She held her on her shoulders, dropped her to the mat, and held up the women's title. Making a statement, Nia Jax is coming for the belt. Okay, that's cool, Nia. That's great. And if this was the plan from the start, bro, my question is, if you wanted Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, why did you not push Nia Jax for the title against Alexa Bliss? Why was that not the original plan? Why did you give it to Sasha so she could drop it 2 weeks later and look like a complete buffoon in front of everyone? What was the point of that? It's stupid. It makes no logical sense whatsoever. It's disgusting. That's my rant out the way. What are your thoughts on this match? Did you like it, bro? Was it pleasing to you for your Raw main event?
No. No, it was not.
Why would it be? It's disgusting.
It's an annoying thing that WWE is doing these days, and I don't know why they keep flip-flopping these titles, because like you said, it makes the title irrelevant. And, it just makes people not care about the women's division or, whatever division, the Intercontinental title race or U.S. race, whatever. I just don't understand why WWE is doing this. Because I do believe, didn't you mention some sort of rumor or something that was going around for, I think it was the Usos and the New Day, that Vince wanted to get, the New Day, a bunch more tag team championship wins, under their belt, so he could submit them as, the best tag team ever to step in the business, because they had the longest reign holding the titles. Okay, if that's the case, let's just keep it for one title, please. Let's not do 4 titles at once, WWE. I'd rather you not do it at all, but, maybe that's why the Usos and the New Day, maybe that's why their matches are always so good. So they can try and keep it as relevant as they possibly can, but still giving it away to a new team every single pay-per-view or something.
That's got nothing to do on WWE. That's the superstars in those matches. The New Day and the Usos put on the best tag matches that I've seen in a while. Those guys, that group of people are talented in the ring. Now, indirectly, yes, it does make the matches more interesting. It makes me more motivated to watch it, but it doesn't matter because even when you have the title match, you're going to put it on the undercard for SummerSlam when no one's watching it anyway. Why was the tag match not even in SummerSlam? Why was that not even on the card? It's literally in the pre-show. Who's watching the pre-show? Nobody. So you don't care. You're only having the match to flip the title. That's the only reason you're doing it. And yes, that is a rumor. Vince McMahon, for some reason, gets his rocks off on the New Day. He wants them to be the most decorated tag team in WWE history. He's given them the longest reign. Now he wants to give them the most titles held. But it doesn't matter. I said this to one guy on Twitter, right? They're trying to pad resumes, okay? It's like if I went into an interview and I said, hey, sir, how are you doing? I just wanted to let you know I've had 26 jobs in the last month. Please hire me. Please hire me. It doesn't work because, yes, I've had 26 jobs in the last month, but I lost all 26 of those jobs. So, sure, WWE is giving New Day, they've had 3 title runs in the last 3 months. But what happened to those titles? They dropped them. So what does it mean? It means nothing. It devalues it. The New Day does not look any better. Yes, they get to come out, and the commentator gets to say, or the announcer gets to say, the New Day, 6-time tag champs. Yeah, but you lost all 6 of those. So, what's the point? You're trying to pad resumes, but if you're going to do that, you need to extend it over time. You don't need to do it back to back to back. Give it some time, man. These guys are young. Why are you in such of a rush? New Day, those guys have a long time left, okay? Sasha Banks, she's one of the youngest wrestlers on that roster as far as the women goes. She has plenty of time to get some titles, okay? You have plenty of time with her. She's killing it right now in the WWE. She's not going to leave. Although now, I don't know if I would blame her, dude. Hold the title for 2 weeks, you're going to drop it. Well, who cares? It's annoying. That's all I have to say for Raw. But,
yeah.
Who is your MVP for Raw, dude?
I mean, my MVP it's none other than John Cena, dude. The guy killed it.
Yeah, I agree. John Cena is also my MVP. Had a great promo, dude. Was the star of the show. Negated my rage for the main event that we had. I was able to go back and watch that promo like 3 more times, and I was satisfied. So John Cena is also my MVP. He killed it that night. Highlight of the show. Moving
Raw was also weak, though, as well. Just because of that promo. And SmackDown was...
Yes. So moving on to SmackDown. This show was boring to me. I didn't like any of the matches. They were some of them were decent, but most of these matches kind of bored me to death. I don't know why, it just didn't work for me. But we did progress a lot of storylines on this show. So first thing I want to talk about for SmackDown, we had the debut of Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, American Alpha 2.0. New entrants, new logos, new theme music. They came out together, and boy, did they look good, man. What were your thoughts on Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable?
Ah, man. I thought it was just such a good sight to see, Shelton Benjamin. Like, I think we both noticed, him getting in the ring, just right at the end of their entrance and stuff, him just hopping in the ring and getting up on the ropes and stuff. Just looking at him, the guy looks a lot more beefy. Like Homeboy has put on a lot more muscle and stuff. And Shelton Benjamin, he's always had muscle to him, but he's always, I don't know, just something about him just always made him seem like the smaller guy, out of the bunch whenever he was in a match and stuff. So, I don't know, but Shelton Benjamin looks like he could be in the best shape of his career right now as far as, like, his muscle and stuff. And then, Chad Gable, American Alpha, they split up, but, like, Chad Gable has talent. He put Rusev to the limit, when Rusev came back a couple weeks ago. And, Chad Gable, he's been proving himself each and every other week, that he actually has talent. He's worthy enough to be in the business. And now that Daniel Bryan has put Shelton Benjamin with him, veteran tag team, contender in Shelton Benjamin and a very experienced superstar, I feel like these guys could actually make a potential tag team championship run for the belts, with the belts. I might be crazy for me saying it after they've had one match, which they did win, and they look very impressive. But I think it could be it adds a lot more diversity. I think I touched on this last week in the other podcast, but I just feel like it adds a lot more diversity to the SmackDown tag team division, because who else do you have besides the New Day and the Usos? Exactly, nobody. If you want to say the Ascension and Tyler Breeze and Fandango, then you can go ahead, but I don't call those guys tag team. they're worthy.
Dude, don't worry. You won't be seeing Breezango in the ring for like another 6 months, dude. We on that season 2, hi?
Yeah, you can catch Breezango on Fashion Files next Tuesday.
Season 2,
not the
baby.
Ring, so, not in the ring though. But yeah, no, I really see a lot of potential in this team with Chad Gable stepping up these past few weeks, and I really enjoy watching Shelton Benjamin in the ring again. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Shelton Benjamin, it looks great, dude. He's beefed up. He looks a lot bigger. I think some of that has to do with the fact that Chad Gable's kind of a tiny guy for a wrestler. He's not small by any means, but for a wrestler, he kind of looks tiny against some of those guys. So Shelton Benjamin does look a little bit big compared to him. But Shelton Benjamin definitely has beefed up. He looked good, man. There was almost no ring rust. I thought he would be a little bit rusty out there. He didn't. He flew around the ring in great Shelton Benjamin form. He was quick, agile, pretty good spots in the match. The finish was decent. Chad Gable ended up pushing Victor into Shelton Benjamin, who hit his pay dirt. And we got the 1-2-3 count. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable won the match. I'm excited for this team, dude. I agree with you. I think it adds something to the tag roster on SmackDown. I think the roster on there is looking a lot better now with the addition of these guys. And if we do have a superstar shakeup soon, then we can really split some of these tags around on Raw and SmackDown and make the shows a lot better. But I like how they're building these two guys up now. Shelton Benjamin's back, so you got a lot of hype rolling on that train. And personally for me, I really like Chad Gable. I think that he was probably the right guy to call up for the Kurt Angle storyline. I think they missed the bullet on that one when they picked Jason Jordan. I think Chad Gable would have made a better wrestler for that, because he even wrestles more like Kurt Angle if you watch him. He's got the suplexes and whatnot. And he just has better matches. He's more talented than Jason Jordan, in my opinion. But Jason Jordan has the look, so you know how Vince McMahon is. But, you know, whatever. I'm fine with him being on SmackDown in the tag division, especially with him being with Shelton Benjamin. These guys had a good match. They're looking good, dude. I'm excited to see what comes to them. Hopefully they will have a tag run soon. Moving on in the show, though, we had AJ Styles bringing out the good old go-to United States Championship Open Challenge.
Dude, I was getting hyped, dude. I thought my man Bobby Roode was about to come out there, and Ty Dillinger walked out, and all my hopes and dreams, they were crushed.
Yep, perfect 10. Ty Dillinger comes out, and we got to see, oh crap, dude. Oh, what's his name? What's his name, bro? Someone attacked.
Laren Lorben? I can't.
But Baron Corbin. That's
Baron Corbin. That's his name, dude. Oh god, he's that guy that got buried by John Cena.
Yeah, you're right.
It's all bringing back. I'm bringing it back, dude. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah, he had that Money in the Bank briefcase for like.
Yeah. And he lost it in 3.9 seconds. Dude, I remember it all now.
One punch. Oh my. Anyway, so Baron Corbin comes out, attacks Ty Dillinger. He got crapped on. Ty Dillinger shoved him into the post and pretty much knocked Corbin out. He said, "I'm ready to go. Give me this match." Bell rang. We had Ty Dillinger versus AJ Styles, which is a pretty quick match. AJ ended up rolling Ty into the calf crusher. Ty Dillinger tapped out, and AJ Styles retained his championship, which, you know, I expected that. It's his first U.S. Open challenge. We got to keep this going. Corbin then jumped in and attacked Ty Dillinger, and then attacked AJ, got crapped on again throughout the ring. And this was setting up Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles, which was also a rumor going around these last couple of weeks that they would be pushing Baron Corbin for the U.S. title. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why it's not Bobby Roode. I've been saying this from the start. Bobby Roode should have come out on that open challenge on his debut on SmackDown. He should have done that 110%, because what is he doing now? He's having squash matches with Mike Kanellis. And I swear if they turn that into a rivalry, Bobby Roode does not... I understand he's new, and he's coming in, he just got brought up, but he's already proven himself. You don't need to make him go through the system, okay? It is not necessary, because if he does it, he's going to get lost in the system like every NXT bring-up does. It's going to happen. I guarantee you, especially if he gets in a rivalry with Mike Kanellis on the undercard. That's going to be ridiculous. No one wants to see that. And I don't know if he will. As of now, he's just getting squash matches. So, you know, but he's not getting the U.S. title anytime soon, because that's going to be Baron Corbin's job. So what are you doing with Bobby Roode during that time? You know, he's just, what are you going to do? Give him squash matches every week? No one wants to see that. We want to see this guy wrestle in something meaningful. He's a good talent. You need to use that. But, you know, they're not doing that. They're pushing Baron Corbin again, which is ridiculous. You've already buried the guy. Okay, he's done. Honestly, I don't even care about Baron Corbin anymore. All the momentum that guy had in my mind, all the emotion I had built up for anything he was involved in is completely gone. He lost the briefcase. I lost all hope. And he got buried at SummerSlam by John Cena. So keep him underground, dude. Baron Corbin is 8 feet underneath the ground right now trying to dig his way up with a plastic spoon. And it's not going to happen. He's buried. He's done. Okay, just put him under. You've already done it. Just accept it and move on as a company. Don't call him back for the U.S. title. Because it makes him look like a joke, okay? We don't want to see that. Push Bobby Roode. He's the new guy. Bring him up. Have him actually mean something. Treat him like he's important, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see Bobby Roode for that U.S. title, but it's not happening. We got Baron Corbin. So, you know how it goes.
Great.
Good old WWE.
Wonderful.
We'll see where that goes. Moving on after this, though. We had what was, in my opinion, the best part of the night, which isn't saying much because, again, this night was pretty boring. But Kevin Owens comes out, starts complaining about the whole ref situation, complaining about Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon interrupts him. Actually, to start out, Aiden English was out there, and Kevin Owens interrupted Aiden English and told him to get out the ring. And then Shane interrupted Kevin Owens and told him to get out the ring. And Aiden English was supposed to get back in because he had a match with the one and only Mr. Irrelevant Sami Zayn.
Hey, dude, he ain't that irrelevant no more, dude. He ain't got a match. He finally got a match that wasn't against Mike and Owens, dude. He was so hyped, dude. He was on the staircase. He was like getting so lit, dude. It was so fun. Because all I can just sit there and imagine is him just getting so hyped because he actually had a match against somebody that wasn't Mike and Owens, dude. But
bro, Sami Zayn was just hyped to be on live television this week. that was the goal met for Sami Zayn this week, dude. Came out there, had a match with Aiden English. We had Kevin Owens on commentary. And what was probably the funniest part of the night, Kevin Owens comes into the ring, starts taking the referee's shirt off. He just casually walks in there, takes the ref's shirt off, kicks him out the ring, puts his shirt on. Kevin Owens is going to referee the match now. What was the finish? Aiden English
Kevin Owens.
Sammy, and Kevin Owens fast counted him. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was a pop-up powerbomb from Kevin Owens to Sami Zayn, and then, you know, Kevin Owens did it, and Sami Zayn's just laying there, and Aiden English is like, what the freak just happened? And he's just like staring at him, and Kevin's just like, are you gonna pin him? Like, come on now. Like, come on, chop chop. So Aiden English gets down there on him, and he gets on him for the pin, and Kevin Owens does a fast count on him, and Aiden English finally won a match in probably 3 months. So congrats to him.
Dude, this was the first time I heard Aiden English's theme song.
Yeah, like, please, somebody let us know if you've actually heard Aiden English, like, his actual theme song, except besides him singing, because Lord knows I haven't. So, but, yeah, anyways. So, speaking of, like, KO and Shane McMahon and all this stuff, so this was your prediction, and I'm going to touch up on it real quick. Is this all going to lead up, do you think, like, honestly, to, you know, be the traditional Survivor Series elimination match, you know, Team Shane, Team Kevin, like,
yeah, that's where I see this going. I mean, you look at the way they're setting this up right now. You've got a clear division. It's Kevin versus Shane. The teams are already starting to be formed. You have Sammy on Team Shane. You have Aiden English and Baron Corbin on Kevin Owens. So, well, I don't know if Baron Corbin will be in there, but he has been involved in the last couple of matches. And Kevin Owens was kind of praising Baron Corbin in his promo before he got interrupted by Shane. But if they're pushing Baron Corbin for the U.S. title, then that won't happen. Unless the title changes before... Oh, my God, dude. If they change the title and Baron Corbin gets that... Oh, my Lord, dude. I'm about to have an aneurysm. This is ridiculous.
Let's just move on, dude. Let's move on, dude.
Oh, man, it's going to happen, bro.
New Day versus Usos. winner gets to pick the title match stipulation. Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, so New Day versus Usos. Winner gets to pick the next title match stipulations. So you know, it was a good match. I mean, obviously, you know, these guys kill it every single time. So I mean, I expect nothing less than a good match from these guys. The Usos, they ended up they came out on top, I do believe, and they have not announced it yet, but they have not announced their stipulation that they're going to pick for their title match with the New Day. But what do you think it'll be, Sam? Like, any suggestion on what the title match could be?
Well, it's New Day versus Usos, correct? So I mean, so far we've had a rap battle. And you know, that went over well. So
my prediction is a booty O's eating competition.
I like that, dude. I'm gonna say good old fashioned twerk off.
Twerk off?
Yeah, I'm pulling for Big E in that one. I think he's got the best twerk on that roster, dude. I think he's gonna twerk it up.
You got the moves for sure, dude.
Yeah, it'll be a dance battle, dude. I don't know. Probably not. It'll probably be something like really generic, like a no
it'll
DQ.
probably be like no DQ, maybe a falls count anywhere, or I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring back something like really irrelevant, like the Punjabi prison. Like, it won't be the Punjabi prison, but like something really irrelevant like that. Like, I don't know what it would be, but
maybe they'll just all. Well, never mind. That would probably had to have happened if New Day won, but I don't know, dude. Maybe they'll just like go and fight in a rap studio or something.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. That'd be great. Like, they have a rap battle at, like, a professional studio, and then, like, it just turns into, like, a brawl.
Maybe, dude.
And
If the New Day won, though, I know exactly what they would do. They would make a gigantic box of Bootios, take out everything in it, and they would just fight inside the gigantic box of Bootios. 100%.
Oh, dude. Okay. Dude, forget Hell in a Cell. Forget steel cage. It's all about that cardboard Bootios box.
Bootios box, dude. Hell in a Bootios box. That's what it is, dude.
Dude, I'm down for that. I'd pay money to see that. That's main event quality right there. But on a real note, though, I'm sure these guys will continue to have good matches. Hopefully they'll stop flip-flopping these titles. And maybe we can get Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable in the mix. But, yep. So we'll have that match coming up very soon. Anything else you want to talk about before we get to the main event of the night for SmackDown?
Nope, I think I'm ready to get into it, dude.
All right, well, this was a very lackluster main event. Also put me to sleep. We had Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal and Rusev in a tag match. Your weekly WWE Who Cares main event. That's what I'm going to start calling these, dude. The Who Cares main events. Because did you care about this match, dude? Did you care who won?
I mean, do you care about Rusev and Randy Orton in a rivalry?
No, I don't think anyone does, dude.
Yeah, is what I thought. So, yeah, basically, at the beginning of the show, though, they had this promo, and Nakamura and Randy Orton got beat up by Rusev and Jinder Mahal. You know, it was pretty irrelevant, just like the entire show. But, yeah, so that led to this tag match being made, and it was interesting in a kind of in a way because they were advertising it all during the night that Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton will be having a number one contenders match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You know, next week, I do believe it was on next week on SmackDown. And you know, I was like, okay, that's cool. Why are we pushing Randy Orton again? Did he not just spend 3 months of his life trying to get it from Jinder Mahal in the first place? Why is he in this match? So it's pretty clear that Shinsuke Nakamura will end up winning that. Good God, I hope.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean,
you're right. You're effing
the
right.
way it's
dude.
been going, bro. I would not be surprised.
I mean, Natalya's the women's champion, and the cruiserweight division is still, you know, going on. Enzo Amore is still alive. I have no idea. It's honestly just an outrage, dude.
Dude, Enzo Amore is relevant again. He's going for that cruiserweight championship.
Dude, just shut up, dude. We're not talking about Enzo Amore.
Nah, you're right. There ain't nothing to talk about. He does all the talking for you, man.
For you, piece of trash, dude.
Yeah, dude, we got Nakamura versus Randy Orton. I'm telling you, dude, if Randy Orton wins that match,
I quit, dude.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how much more of this I can take, dude. I'm slowly reaching my breaking point with WWE at this point.
I just got a feeling, dude. I just got a feeling it'll happen, and I can just like see it, dude, and it's just disappointing.
I'm on like an emotional roller coaster with this company right now with the stuff that they're doing, dude. My blood pressure is boiling, dude. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor, man. This stuff is killing me. I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about SmackDown, dude. What's your show of the week? I think I know what
my show of the week is Raw, obviously. Yep. My MVP for SmackDown, though, is the only man that actually did anything right the entire show, my man Kevin Owens. Congratulations for him. Still playing that card of his extremely well. Yeah, what about you, dude? What about your show of the week and MVP and whatnot?
I mean, I wish we had something different, but I was looking at my notes, deciding who my show MVP was, and I didn't know, dude. So I was just like, you know what? I mean, Kevin Owens was there, and he's still relevant. So I mean, that's all you can ask at this point on SmackDown Live, bro. So I mean, Kevin Owens is my MVP, man. I should have
given it to Natalya just for that roast.
Oh yeah, dude, the Natalya roast, bro. She straight up told Carmella, I'm gonna make you the Baron Corbin of the women's division, dude. Baron Corbin getting buried by Natalya now, dude. Bro, let me tell you something. When you getting buried by Natalya, there is something wrong, alright? There's something seriously wrong.
You're talking about the fart on people for a living. Like, something's wrong, dude. Like, obviously.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. Oh, and the highlight of the show for me. I'm sorry. I was just like, messing with you with Kevin Owens. My actual MVP is Dolph Ziggler. So we'll get to see next week, or maybe the week after that, or the week after that, what he's got in store for his revamped character, dude. That's the best gimmick I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, he's great, dude. Dolph Ziggler, he's here to show the world. He's here to show it, dude.
Come on, baby, I'm ready for it. Let's get
Shawn Michaels bootleg. Oh boy. All right. Oh man.
All right, man. Well, anything else you want to say about this week before we close it out?
I mean, if it's not nothing about the John Cena Roman Reigns promo, then I have nothing else to say. So,
all right,
yeah,
dude.
I'm done.
Well, that's pretty much it for me as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Audio Talk Wrestling Weekly WWE Review, episode number 2. Hope you guys have an awesome week. Be sure to follow us on social media. We have Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Be sure to drop us a follow, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We have a review every Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. My name's Jonathan, joined here by my co-host Thomas. We will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.